Let's Chat is brought to you by the CARICOM Business Network.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to another episode of Let's Chat. I'm your host this evening, Trevor Danpaul. We got an action-packed show pack for you guys. We have a couple of surprises that's going to be happening tonight. I just want to say that we appreciate the patience from last week. We didn't go live for a full hour. That's because we are officially on the Island Zone Radio now, and we have been doing some back and forth testing. That has been resolved. So as of now, we are basically going to be streaming live on the Island Zone Radio platform. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and bring on our first guest. He is the talented Shivan Lakhan. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Shivan. Good evening, sir.
Welcome. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Shivan, and thank you for being here, Trevor. How are you doing?
Fantastic, brother. Looking forward to this all week. I know we're planning. We're going back and forth. It's finally great to have you on the show. How's your day going?
It could be better, man. I could be on a beach somewhere with a nice cold drink in my hand, right?
I know, right? With the weather that's going on here, it's hot one day, cold another. It's really crazy right now.
It's getting there. Yeah, man. It's wedding season soon, so that's one.
Oh yeah, excellent. That means that's your busy season too, right? That's when you basically you get gigs, hook up, and all that fun stuff. But for the people who don't know you, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell them a little bit about what you're all about. The Shivan brand.
Definitely. My name is Shivan Lakhan. I am a musician, singer, sometimes a comedian, but that is that. And I have been a part of this West Indian community in Queens, New York for a very long time. Born and raised in Trinidad. Actually raised in Queens, New York. Sorry. And I've been a drummer since I was 5 years old, and now in the past 4 or 5 years, I've become more of a singer and more of an entertainer. And I've been trying to branch off into different ways, just having fun with music, life, and everything that's involved in it.
Yep, and a quick backstory to that. I actually was happy. I was lucky to see you perform for the first time, and I gotta say, I told you I had to come up after the show and say, "Hey, man, that was really awesome." I didn't know who you was, and then all of a sudden, you're just like a regular guy walking around. Then you hop on stage with the microphone, and you took it down, and you were.
Well, Trevor, that was actually I was actually hired there to play Tassa. Normally, I don't take Tassa gigs anymore,
Right.
and my friend said, "Yo, I need a hand. Come help me out." So I said, "Yeah, no problem." And God works in mysterious ways, right? And because of that, and even that small performance with Raymond, right? That was impromptu. That was just like Raymond, I love that song, and he was just like, "Yo, Shivan, wait." Come. Anyway, look how things happen, and now here we are today.
Exactly. We connected, and it was super cool. Like this guy, literally, he was just walking around the venue, like getting the thoughts of people ready. Then I see the guy hop on stage. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be interesting. But you took it, and you weren't just with a regular artist. You were with the top dog, Mr. Raymond Ramnarine, and you held your own. You carried on. I was super impressed, man. Great job.
Ray is absolutely a gem. He's humble. He's the music, the talent behind Raymond. The generations behind them as well. It's a lot of people don't know how far that goes back, as well as myself. My dad's a singer, my grandfather's a singer.
Oh wow!
My grandfather's father, So
okay,
we go way back.
Fantastic. Now, you do know we have another guest that's supposed to come on after your interview, right?
Yes.
So there's been a little change of plans. Okay. I hope this is okay with you, but I actually have a co-host. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and bring my co-host on. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my co-host to the show. Good evening. Welcome to the show.
This was a setup.
So you were scheduled as the guest after Shivan, right? But I know you guys are very good friends, so I figured, what better way? And Shivan, we did this behind your back. We're kind of like, hey, would you want to come on and do the interview? So this is my co-host. So go ahead, whenever you're ready. Go ahead. I'll actually first tell us a little bit about yourself and how you and Shivan met and all that fun stuff.
So it starts up probably 16 years ago at Sarvadale Mandir, which is my temple on 11404 Jamaica Avenue.
Okay.
One of our mutual friends brought Shivan over to the temple to play Dolak, and then since then, almost every major yagna or event that has happened in the temple, Shivan has been our go-to Dolak player. And then recently, when he started singing, he shot up so quickly,
Wow.
and yeah, very quick. And he's now one of the headliners for the Munder's fundraiser that's done every year. So the very first year Siobhan has made his first song More Manalaga, that
Uh-huh.
was he said, since I made the song, I want to help raise money for my temple. And he said, we're gonna do a show. And I said, okay. And then he started organizing the cast and organizing everything. And Siobhan's one of our Munder's main headliners. I think he is the headliner for our temple, representing Trinidad classical and chutney music.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So we have the Island Boys. So you guys are the Mandir Boys.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's a great story. So I'm gonna let you actually go ahead and do some of the interview. So you want to bust out some questions?
Yeah, I have some hard ones for him too.
Oh, wow.
So mainly, like, there's a lot of diversity in terms of vocal quality, vocal sound, a lot of different types of music in his industry that he has been in for so long, but as a percussionist now as a vocalist. So for me, he's entering this new world, and I would just want to know, like, I've seen you behind the scenes, I've seen you in front of the camera, I've seen you before you recorded, after you recorded, I've seen this guy drenched with sweat after he performs off a stage. I've seen him in probably every moment that he has experienced on the stage. And
Good, the bad, the ugly. That's true.
good, the bad, the ugly, yep, everything. And I just wanted to know, like, for the viewers, what does the current industry not have that you're bringing to the table? What's the new style? What's the new refreshing version of this traditional style music, and genre? What's your contribution?
So I feel like traditional has this stigma that it had to be an old man sit down behind a harmonium, like, yeah, singing. No, but no offense to anybody, because the greats like Sundar Popo, Sambo Dram, things like that. You know what I mean? Like, when have you seen a young guy like myself, like, sit down and actually, sing Trinidad classical? And not only that, like, I don't think there's anyone that I know right now, except my dad, right, or Rupal Gadari or somebody like that is so versatile to go and sing with a band, then sing on tracks, then sit down behind a harmonium, sing classical, tan singing, as the guy, my Guyanese people called it, Trinidad classical, chutney, and then you could go and sing a soca too. That's what we do. You know what I mean? The only other person I could think, other people I know does things like this is Anil Dunia. They're not in the tan singing and classical genre as well. Randy Ramlin. You know what I mean? Those are the three. That's it. Call. I beg you, call our next name.
For the New York City, that's the team. Is Randy.
Not even talking about New York City. I'm talking. You know who else is really good? Vijay Ramkisoon, and he's also one of the from Trinidad. He as well. Not to leave anybody out, but those are the names that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yep. Yeah. So
you could count on two hands or one hand, more or less, how much there is.
Yeah. So, like, so you answered that. So what do you think separates the Shivan Lakhan from the upcomers that are currently, coming in, especially the New York, New Jersey area? Because New Jersey is your hometown. New York is your hometown. Yeah. New Jersey is where you currently reside. So, like,
I really thought he was asking me some hard questions here.
It's coming. Hold on.
Yeah. Dedication. Like you said, I moved up in such a short time, right?
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. is because when I started, people were saying, "Boy, this man's singing, he can't sing." He can't sing. But day in, day out, right now, if I pull what's on my left hand right now, my harmonium is right here. Watch, I'm not even joking. If I just, you understand what I'm saying? You see what I'm talking about? But that's just to show you where the dedication is. Every single day is practice, and I am a perfectionist. I have to sound good, man, because I've been doing this I've been a drummer since I was 5 years old. I've played for
Wow.
every single big artist, small artist, out of Trinidad. My favorite artist to play for is my father and a man named Pandit Ram, right? And all when those are the two people I just love to play for, And it's not them. My dad is a big artist. Pandit Ram is not a big artist or anything like that. It's just the vibe. Pandit Ram is a guy, and he's funded from Blackbush Polder.
Oh wow.
You understand? And but yeah, I hope that answered the question.
So I got a question, a follow up to that. So you guys mentioned the Mandir and everything. How has the Mandir been influential in bringing your music to mainstream?
So I would say it's been influential because it gave us a platform as kids to learn and mingle with other people who loved our culture and love our music. And as a child growing up in Temple, right, you meet other kids who love tassa, dolak, and singing and things like that. You create that niche and you fall into place. That builds that love and that dedication. At that time it wasn't about religion. It was more about love for one another, and this is an opportunity to I go in temple, I go and line with my friends. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know these things. Just like my Christian brothers and sisters, like my cousins are Christian, right? They are great singers, and she my cousin Mackenzie, she is an amazing singer, and her mom too. And that just shows you the difference. It's not about religion, it's about love. That's all it is.
Right, very nice. So how about you? Have you had any, run-ins with the music industry? You got some secret album you're working on?
Me personally, though, I've never recorded anything. But when it comes to the music side, I'm trained in the East Indian classical side of things,
Okay.
which is the complete opposite direction of Trinidad classical.
Okay.
I mean, more or less the same instruments, but I had the opportunity to learn under Sangeet Acharya Kinar Sen, who's very popular in the West Indian community, especially New York. Pandit Ajay Jha and also Manik Malhotra, Sarigama Desi Beats. So on that side of things, most of my music are pretty much devotional in Mandir, and I think I started off doing rituals at the age of 9. So
wow.
yeah, so I was initiated when I was 5. I started performing rituals at the age of 9. So going 30th birthday coming up in May. So it's going to be 21
Wow.
years that I'm actually a practicing pundit in the community. And a lot of people look at the age and they're like, where did the 21 years fit in there? And I'm like, well, I had a tough coach who's my father, and Shivan knows him very well. Yeah. So that was a beast of a training that he gave me, making sure that I learned what I had to learn within the span of 4 years. And of
Wow.
course, learning doesn't stop. So at the end, I gave my first katha or sermon at the age of 14. And then from then on, every big stage, every yagya that I had to do, whether it was 9 nights, 5 nights, 3 nights, even 36 nights. Shivan was my dola player.
Not to cut you, let me ask you something, right? Did you ever get licks to learn to do prayers?
No. What I
get
did,
real licks to learn to pray.
what I did get was so like what you're reading something, obviously it's a completely different language. Between the age of 5 to 9, you're figuring out English. right?
Mhm.
So now it's like, okay, Sanskrit, and these are not letters; these are sounds.
Wow.
So forgetting which what sound goes where. Okay, he's gonna pass by. He's gonna read that line again. All right, good. Read it again. I probably read the same line a million times, and then
Damn.
he's like, "Oh, you want water? Yeah, drink water. Start that."
My uncle didn't have that much patience.
Cool. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna switch gears now. So Shivan, you're actually gonna be the guest host now. Let's put him in the hot seat. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me just give you a preview of what it is. He's not just a pundit. He's actually a web designer. He has his own business, and he's an economist also. So, Shivan, let's go ahead and put him on the hot spot now.
Yeah, definitely, man. I didn't put together any questions, right? I actually texted Sudarshan, you, what you want me to ask you? And I think Sudarshan hasn't said me anything. So off the top of my head, really, Sudarshan, you know, I know Sudarshan is an economist, you know, for the federal government, which we're not going to talk much about due to certain restrictions.
That's all we're gonna say.
Yeah. Not to the Secret Service, you're not getting me today.
Oh boy.
So Sudarshan is also a web designer. He designed my website, you know,
Okay.
shivanlakhan.com. So tell the people, Sudarshan, what goes into creating a website? So what is the first step into making a website?
First step is finding out every artist, because I also made I know Mr. Dunia's website.
Okay.
And one thing I'd say is that every artist that has approached me, or every person that has approached me for a website design, you have to know their theme. You have to listen to their music. You have to know their theme. You have to see their logo. You have to know their colors. You have to know what they would like, what they would dislike. So Shivan's website is completely different to Anil's one. And why is that? It's because Shivan's a completely different artist, a completely different human being, a different person. I think a website is more or less your digital face to the public.
Correct.
And what reflects from Shivan onto his website is that, as Shivan says, he doesn't see the younger people accelerating in that area of music as he would like to see. And what he brings is a new flavor. So what we had to do, I asked him first. I'm like, what theme do you want for your website? He turns around and he's like, okay, I want something that's retro. I said, Shivan, what's retro? And I'm like, this is not Shivan. And he looks at his phone screen, because we were on FaceTime. And he's like, well, okay, what do you got? I said, Shivan means modern. He needs something that's stylish. He needs something that's new. So a refreshing touch to this Trinidad classical design for a website. I don't know any Trinidad classical singers who has a website, but I mean, if they're looking for one, they can message me. And and what he does,
If we don't like you, we're not helping you with the website.
So that's what goes into putting that in order. And then on Mr. Dunia's website, that's another beast. Shivan's one is a graphical entourage of different things, different styles, his flavor. The minute you click onto his website, you see his catchphrase for almost every song that he releases: "We outside like grass." So nothing spells Shivan more than that statement. And then Anil's one is more surrounded to his music, a little more internal and modern design for him as well, reflects his character, his music, what he likes. So I think knowing the artist reflects more of what you can build for them, and them expressing what they actually see to be their colors, not just in computer world, but their colors, their personality, and what they want to project out to the public.
I just got a text from my friend Steve, all the way in watching from Minnesota Live. He said to ask you to build his website. I'll exchange information later on. You just got some business right there, bro.
Right,
Shout out to you, Steve. Thank you for watching, bro. Go ahead, don't be shy. Go put some comments in there. Share the live. You just got some business.
See, look at that. You know what I mean? Everybody winning.
And let me just say this, that's the power of the networking. So you guys, we talked offline, we talked about the CARICOM Business Network, which is basically what we're doing here on this show, to bring a business person together with someone from the entertainment industry and promote that. And you can see it live. Like, I just witnessed it. My friend just said, hey, I need a website. Tell your boy to, reach out to me and we'll work. That's what it's all about, networking. If we work together, man, we can become unstoppable.
Yep.
Definitely.
Cool. Shout out to DJ Fest on the check-in. DJ Fest, thank you for joining. I had some trouble with the live there, brother. Please go ahead and share it for me. Thank you, sir. Let me see who else we got. Anybody you want to shout out to? Anybody?
Yes. Big up yourself. I now realize we have a chat running on the side here.
I put up your website and a little intro about you there. So guys, you can go check it out, ShivanLakhan.com. You have the man behind the website, the guy who built it, and the man who the website's about, live on screen right now. Go ahead and give us a chat if you got any questions. If you want to go ahead and book Shivan for something, I'll take 10% commission. That's fair, right? But go ahead, call in, send some messages, reach out to him, go on his website, his phone number is there. You can always reach out. It's summertime, it's busy, so make sure you book early.
Trevor, the problem is, right? Okay, so I just had someone text me there.
Mm-hmm.
The live is only visible to your friends. So
Yeah.
you have to make the live public.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We got to make this live public, because I know my mom. I told her I was going to be on this interview, and she was like, "Okay, where are you? I can't."
Cool.
Find
So
you."
it's actually also on the CARICOM. It's live in a couple of places. Like that probably is on oversight on my end. We had trouble going. Like I said, we actually added Island Zone Radio on here. Yeah. So there's been a lot of back and forth testing because DJ Fest has a very intricate system set up there. So we are back and forth with testing.
This is Fest's fault.
No, it's not Fest's fault. It's not. No. It's not. It's my fault. It's not really a fault. It's not. We're learning. Like we have no big production thing going on. It's pretty much everything that you see here. It's done by me, by trial and error. There is no big,
it's a big production.
designer.
Production.
Well,
it's like my life.
So tell them to check it out. We're actually live on CARICOMBusinessNetwork.com. That is public. I can't change my settings once we're live here. But guys, go and check it out. CARICOMBusinessNetwork.com. We're live there. We're actually live on YouTube also. If you have Roku TV, we're live on Roku TV, Fire TV. Just search for Caribbean Trend TV or just Trend TV. You'll see it pop up. We have our logo showing up there. So it's the kind of TV with the Trend TV. But yeah, go ahead and share the live.
Let's see what I can pull up here.
Is it CARICOMBusiness.com?
CARICOM Business Network. Actually, I am going to put it in.
Yeah, put it in our chat so we can just send it to everyone else.
Perfect.
I'm getting text messages now.
And I apologize. That's strictly on me. We're still learning. So let's get the.
If you want to restart the live, we can do that as well.
Nah, I'm getting more trouble. Nah, we're good to go here.
Okay. If it's not broken, don't fix it, right?
Don't fix it, yeah.
True. All right, here we go. I posted in the chat, so you guys can go check that out. CARICOM Business Network. That is part of Facebook there, and same thing with the Twitter. We do have a little issue getting the Twitter connected. We're working. We're growing slowly. Getting the Roku TV app and the Fire TV app's been climbing a mountain. With,
that always happens.
But now we're slowly getting there. Cool. All right. So back on this, I do have another surprise guest that I'd love to bring on. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a regular on the show now. He's actually out in Guyana getting stuff done from the Mahaica Meadows team. He's going to come on the show every so often, give us an update, all the great things that's happening out there in Guyana on the Mahaica Meadows team. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Joe Jaglal. Good evening, Joe. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, everybody, gentlemen. Good evening for having me here today, and it's wonderful to be back again. Thank you so much.
No worries. You're a friend of the show, Joe. Come on anytime, like I said. Give the people the update on everything Mahaica Meadows. And Joe, I just got to give you a quick heads up. My friend over there, I call him Mr. Maharaj. I can't you can't. Anyways, he's actually a spiritual leader, a pundit, and I know you dabble in that field too. So it'll be great to hear the two of you guys converse about that.
Well, I wouldn't stay too long tonight because I do have another engagement to go to.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
think if my memory serves me well, I think I bought a Dolop from Shivan years
Oh
ago.
wow.
I watched him played. I reached out to him. I didn't know who he was. I reached out in New York, and he said to me, "Yeah, I can get you one of this. I wanted it for my son." And he brought it over to New York and delivered it to somebody, one of my family member who was at the Gurukul in New York. This was years ago.
I can't
And
even remember that.
my sister, he delivered it to her. Um, and my son has that Dolak until today.
Wow.
Wow.
Dolak from Trinidad. And sir, I think it is you. I know that name, and I think it is you because you're a Dolak player, right?
Yes, yes. My uncle as well is Rishi Lakhan. So maybe you may it might make it could be me or him.
Maybe.
Anyway,
But
once you're
it's
happy
all
with
in
it,
the
right?
family. And Sudarshan, namaste, everybody. So I want to just give an update, if I can, Trevor,
Yeah.
a brief update on Mahaika Meadows. Um, for everybody around the world, you know Mahaika Meadows, you know who we are, what is it we do. We're one of the largest privately owned real estate conglomerate in Guyana. It's a North American company out of Canada, owned by young people in their 40s, one family, 276 acres of prime real estate land being developed in Guyana. And it's basically a city we're building with 35 acres of commercial, 710 homes, of which 410 is gated, the rest are non-gated, and about 35 acres of industrial. So it's a lot that we're doing. Currently, we have about 100 people working, 100 to 150, somewhere, depending on the rainy season. But to give an update to everybody, if you go on mahaikameadows.com, if you go on our Facebook page or YouTube channel, you're going to see many, many updates. The infrastructure work we're currently putting in right now, and we're expecting to give people their transport between September and December of this year. More so, I want to let people know, those of you in Orlando, we are coming to launch in Orlando on June the 13th at 5959 West Colonial Drive, not far from the Caribbean Super Center. So any one of you who are willing to take advantage of one of the largest discounts that we are ever going to do, only for that day and that day only, please register at mahaikameadows.com. As you go on there, you're going to see a pop-up. Just put, you want 1, 2, 3, 4 seats, because we have limited seating capacity. Come on out, June the 13th at 12 noon. Presentation begins at 1 to 2 o'clock, and then we're there to answer all of your questions. Refreshments will be there for everybody. And just to add to that, the very next week and a half, we will be back in Guyana with the International Building Expo, where Mahaika Meadows was there for the last 3 years. So just if anybody wants to get hold of me, 416-464-3338. You can call the office in Guyana, 644-6877. And please, any questions you have, we're more than happy to answer all of your questions. We don't know if this is your first or last opportunity, but we want to help you with your accommodation and elevate your lifestyle.
Perfect. Well said, Joe.
If there are any questions, I'm more than happy to answer it.
Perfect. So, guys, are you familiar with the Mahaika Meadows project in Guyana? It's a huge project that they have going on there.
I actually saw Joe posted that today, and I was actually looking at it. At some point, I hope to afford it.
Yep, fantastic. I'm help pushing the event. It's going to be in Florida, like Joe said. It's going to be huge. I saw some pictures here, and Joe, next time you come back, you got to bring some videos for us. Let's do a nice segment specifically for that. We'll get some videos, get some pictures of all the updates and changes.
Right. Exactly. No problem.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Cool. So
Yeah.
tell us if you have a couple of minutes more. Tell us what's going on in Guyana itself. I know you're currently there right now.
In Guyana, we're having a lot of blessings. Rain, rain, and more rain. And what happens? It will rain heavily. There's nothing like a rainy season or a dry season anymore. It just rains. And because we're doing infrastructure work, we're doing our underground drainage, our underground electrical lines, our own wells that we're digging, we're doing the roads, we're doing the drainage. And because all of that we're still working on, this rain is really putting a damper on us. And
Awesome.
we're just hoping within a month more, if we get a month of dry weather, we will be doing really, really well. Really
Excellent.
well. Unfortunately for me, I'm leaving on Thursday back to Canada, and I'll be back here in June as I go around to do presentations elsewhere. But people, I'm still accessible anywhere. From all walks of life, people can get hold of us. They send us a WhatsApp message, we'll call you back, and we will make sure if you want a piece of Guyana, we'll make sure that we have that for you.
Fantastic. Awesome, Joe. Well, I do know you say you're a busy man. I do thank you for coming on here. Let's connect back up. Let's set up another schedule where we get the videos and everything going. Any
Thank
final
you so
words for
very
the people?
Gentlemen, thank you so very much for having me on. And for anybody around the world who you're on CARICOM Business Network, we're also a partner here at CARICOM Business Network. Reach out to us either through Trevor or myself here in North America. You can send us a WhatsApp. You can send us a message on mahaicameadows.com. You can send us an email, info@mahaicameadows. We're accessible so many ways. Let's have that conversation, whether this is for you or not for you, because the product sells itself. We have over 37 model homes, going from 2,500 all the way to 6,000. If you look at the back of me, you'll see some of those on the wall behind me. And you are allowed to build any one of these homes from 2,500 up to 6,000 square feet. So it will be awesome. It will be an awesome day. So thank you very much, Trevor. Thank you for
No worries.
this. And we shall connect later again.
Definitely, Joe. Have a great evening. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Take care,
Awesome.
gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Have a good evening, Joe. Yes.
All right.
Take care.
So we have a fan. Kevin Sankara says, "Hey, Shivan, I'm a big fan." Shout out to Kevin. Thank you, sir, for tuning in. Go ahead, share the live. Appreciate that. All right, let's get back to it. Who was in the hot seat again? Go ahead, Shivan. Let's bust some hard questions. Let's put him in the
All
hot
right.
seat.
So let's see this here. So far, how much websites have you built?
So far, the first one I started with yours, which was a month ago. And we're heading into number 9.
Nice.
So this is a fairly new business.
Yep.
It's a little bit over a month. So 9 websites in a span of 1 month.
Yeah.
Wow.
So how long does it take to put together? I know how long it took for mine, but mine had a lot of details as well as I know.
So what I do is
basic one.
a basic website. That's what, not too much graphics. It's more like to the point kind of thing, where somebody would just, they would pretty much just advertise their product, and they want a simple booking system. That normally takes me about a week and a half. But that's just going back and forth with making sure that they send me their content on time. So what I do with all of these websites, none of these are templates. So there's no template that's set and you stick in your colors. Everything is built with code from the ground up. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's actually one of my strengths, coding and staying in the technological world. Anything with statistics, code, and mathematics, that's where I dwell.
Numbers guy, huh?
Yeah, financial markets, those kinds of things.
Cool. So let's put you in the hot seat. What is the current temperature of the market, and should people invest? Do you have anything to talk about? Generally speaking, not people. Listen, this is just for don't take it seriously, but tell us about what's going on. I mean, in America, where there's a big war, the world is in turmoil right now. Is financially is investing in the stock market a wise thing to do?
I'm
But
so
give us
sorry to
two
tell
answers.
you.
I want the answer from Sudarshan the economist and then Sudarshan the pundit.
Well,
There we go. All right.
well, Sudarshan the economist can't give you that answer. That's one of those things I'm bounded to. Sudarshan the pundit can tell you, wake up in the morning, read the Wall Street Journal,
Mhm.
trust what they say. They're really good at what they're doing. Read the Financial Times.
There you
and
go.
Surround yourself with proper media and people who know their way around the media, like Trevor. So they can give you more information that I am capable of due to legality bounds.
Cool. That's the only
It's one
hot
of
seat we're gonna
those-
put.
It's
Cool.
one of those. I tell you, I have to kill you kind of thing.
Not yet.
Cool. So let's change it up a little bit. Let's talk about the friends. Let's talk about the relationship that you guys have. You're both on the show here. We originally had you, Siobhan, booked, and we got you here now. You guys are very close friends. I can see the camaraderie. I can hear it, in your voices. Tell us about that. How did the relationship build up from your Mandir days to now? You guys are grown men. Back then it was kids just playing around, singing the dolak in the Mandir. Now you're a grown man. You're doing your own thing. How did the relationship progress over time?
Yeah. You want me to go first, or Sudarshan?
Yeah, that's Siobhan. He's older. Age before beauty.
So Sudarshan, we can more or less say we grew up together. I was a drummer in this country, so I knew more. Sudarshan is more like a brother to me. So the relationship or the dynamic is a little different from most people who know Sudarshan. Most people will see Sudarshan Maharaj, the pundit, the religious leader. For me, it's Sudarshan Maharaj, a brother, and I think that's where. But there's never we never lose that respect. You always have to. I always respect them as a spiritual leader and everything like that. But yeah, we grew up in temple, and it was just music. I feel that really brought us together. Me playing drums
Wow.
for Sudarshan.
Mhm.
I remember one time he was in temple. Sudarshan said, somebody said, "Oh, let Shivan sing." This is before I began. Sudarshan said, "He can't sing." I was like- and little
Oh,
did we
man.
know, at that time I couldn't,
Uh-huh.
And here we are. This is about 15 years later. Here we are now.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
I mean, with growing up in from 15 to 16 years coming up to when I first met this guy, I would say that what built our relationship as brothers, because we're no longer friends, is that anything major happening in life. So I'm the eldest in my family. I have
Okay.
a younger sister. So when it came down to what's a good idea and what's not a good idea, it normally lands on Siobhan's phone or a phone call. And this is a very weird thing that happened. I moved from New York City to work in Washington D.C., where I am at now.
Oh wow.
One of the main things that happened was me landing this job, which was my very first job out of grad school. The first person outside my family to know about this job was Siobhan. And
Wow.
the first thing he told me was, "Did you know I grew up in Maryland," which is about 30 minutes away from where I currently live. And because he knew where I was going, a lot of people who knew him, I think he spread that message that I was coming out here, and I ended up actually falling in temples that he grew up in. So that's one, and two, on the professional side, is that I was building a website for something that I call the Modern Pundit. That's another brand that I have going on, and it brings modernization to the youth so that they can understand religion in a better way for the time and place that and the circumstances that we currently live in. And I showed him the website. I said, this is what I'm building for myself right now. Do you want me to build you one? And he says to me, yeah, sure, go ahead. Now that was just him being the older brother. Yeah, let me encourage him to do something. And he did that. And then when I showed him the first design, he sent me back a text message, dude, you're gonna kill it in this market. That's literally what he said. And he said, okay, in a month's time, we're gonna get this running. I said, no, in a week's time, you're gonna have your very first website. And he said, okay, let's do it. And then after that, I think it was a Saturday night, we sat down and we worked out some of the networking issues. I hooked up a system for him. As soon as a booking inquiry comes into his website, he gets it automatically as a text message on his phone. And he loved that feature. So Sunday morning of the same week, his website went live. He announced it on Monday, and then from there on. But when it comes down to the relationship between me and this guy, 16 years, never had an argument. 16 years, there was never a lack of disrespect. 16 years, we found out that we had very little that's uncommon between both of us.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was interesting.
That's amazing, man. That's stuff you see in the Bollywood movies.
Yeah.
So, so what I did, I got your website, scrolling there, guys. Go check it out. It is Tech. Go ahead, tell us about the website. Tech Jahan.
Tech Jahan is a website that I built to market different things that I do. So besides website, one other thing that I'm capable of building due to academic purposes is actual artificial intelligence.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I know how to build a chatbot, those kinds of things. Not only that, right now I'm working on something that Shivan doesn't even know, but he's going to find out on your show. So a lot of people are pretty familiar with something called Iron Man, the superhero.
Okay.
Where he walks into his lab. He claps his hand, and Jarvis comes on and starts talking to him. So I'm working on something similar to Jarvis, which is going to be called Sana, which are the first letter in each person in my family's name.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and that's going to be my new system that I'm going to be running on my Mac OS. That's going to be my personal AI assistant. So I build AI assistants for people. I can do that as well. Data analysis, anything with numbers, math, and coding. And that's how I ended up here in DC.
Can you build a robot so I can send the robot to work and I can relax at home?
I can build the software for the robot for you, but what I can also do, I can hook you up with an actual friend of mine who went to school with me, who can build a robot. And
wow.
Yeah, he works on these really cool jets that you can see on the news.
Interesting. That is super cool. So something I'm working on, you're talking about projects you're working on. One of the projects that I'm actually working on is a mentoring project. Right now, in the current times, a lot of people, there's a lack of people out there with how do you say? With skills or the ability to motivate other people. Right now, the television is basically raising people's kids. They're seeing and they want to be like the celebrities. I think we need more local people in the community to, be mentors, have a center where they can come learn. For example, you talked about building the robots, the AI, the software, all that digital field. If someone wants to get into that field, I want to create something where they can actually reach out to you or have a online portal where you can say, hey, you know what? For example, I put you in a hotspot about the financing thing, and you did mention that's knowledge right there. The newspapers, where to get your information, something of that, like people like you and other like-minded people to come along to mentor these youths to get them off the being, the celebrities they see on TV they want to be like, to actually being more realistic and following the job market in terms of cybersecurity is the number one job right now in the world, because every single day the modern day war is being fought with software online, not with real bullets, this time around. So that's the number one job market. But people to get into it, I mean, there's so much you can do online, but actually having people like you speak to them, coach them, mentor them, put them in the right path, something like that I'm trying to put together. You'd be a perfect candidate. Just donate your time. It doesn't have to be live in person. You could always do videos and put them on the right track.
Yeah, right now I currently have I think about 7 students that come out of the university that I graduated. I have a very good relationship with my professor there, who actually helped build me professionally to what I am.
Wow.
He's at Queens College, Dr. Adam Capellner. He created the data science program for that university. I'm actually going there next Monday to meet up with him later on to actually talk to his class about what I do, and some of these people, they actually reach out to me, and we try to see how we can see their strengths in order to get them into their designated field. So
Right.
anything with the coding aspect, cybersecurity. I have another friend who does that. So there was a group about 6 or 7 of us, and we just kind of just continued like mentoring the next batch of
Right.
people coming out of the university. But aside from that, we do have at the temple Sarvadeo Mandir, my father, Pandit Anand Maharaj. What he does, he trains younger kids to read Sanskrit, to deliver a sermon, to perform rituals. So at the temple, we have those services available. Another service that we have available, which is really, really cool, which I'm gonna be part of coming up in January 2027, which is my favorite event to accompany him with, is actually, this guy has went to India 45 times, and
Wow.
he's making his 45th trip to India in October of this year. So that's another event that he does, it's very educational, but it's also a vacation, what someone can actually take and enjoy. So he knows his way around there. And I'm seeing on your screen, you're putting up a name that I know. That's another one of my. I think that's Shivan's my big brother, and Anil's Shivan's big brother. So Anil, Mr. Dunia, shout out to this guy.
Yes, sir.
Who's also part of my Munder's fundraisers as well. And he was also, not only that, he was my client for the website. So yeah, I mean, we're open both on the spiritual aspect and him taking people to India and touring there, and for them to learn about it more, our history, and then me on the other side with the technical stuff, the coding, the math, the academia.
That's awesome. Shout out to Mr. Dunia. I've had the pleasure of met this guy way back in the day, and he made an impression on me. I told him, I was like, you're going places. He's from like some people, they're just born with it. Like, you just know, you meet them for the first time, they have it. He's one of those dudes. Happy to see you making such waves in the industry, brother. We're gonna talk how to get you on the show.
Oh yeah, for sure. What I would tell you to do is, if you want to break some views and break some records, you should get Shivan, myself, and Mr. Dunia, and you could just like watch us handle a lot of things up here. I'm pretty sure you're going to get a lot of viewers on that.
Let's do it.
Get a censor button while you're at it.
That's awesome. So this is super cool, man. You guys are phenomenal. The brotherhood, you could literally see it there. It doesn't happen that often. So, I feel very privileged to be in the presence of people like you guys. Mr. DJ's Fest just said it perfectly. He said the future lays in pretty much your hands. You guys are the new generation coming out there. Just give a shout out to Island Zone Radio. Thank you, sir, DJ Fest, for coming in there and manually share the live. We got some more work to do. We got little software tweaks backing up, and this is one of the reasons last week I went just for like 20 minutes or so. It's because we're plugging in so much things, because merging two huge network like mine and DJ Fest, it's just a lot of fine tweaks, and we're guys, we're not professionals, we're just learning. But maybe I'll pick this guy's brain and say, hey, come get an AI to fix all of this for us.
Trevor, and such a pleasure, man. Thank you for uplifting our culture and doing all of this to make put our culture on the map and broadcast, man. That's such a, especially like you said earlier. I don't know if you want me to tell the people this, but Trevor does this out of his own pocket. You know what I mean? So that just shows your dedication and your love for this as well, man.
Yeah,
kudos to you, man.
not only that, you're displaying the
Thank you.
next gen, and that's something that's super important. I personally highly appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries, man. My pleasure.
I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I've been doing this for 20 years now. It's taken a different form. I did it back in the day with print ads. I started with print ads.
Okay.
That at one point in time, the entire Liberty Avenue, I actually designed all the flyers on there. That's how far back I go. So growing, things moving along, video came along, internet, and all of that. And I've been trying to get our community, all the local business owners, to get on board with the trend. Right now, before I do anything, I jump online, I check the reviews, I check the companies, I do my research. If your business doesn't have an online presence, you're kind of like you're leaving money on the table or you're losing money. Yeah. So being part of the CARICOM Business Network, we are like we just put this guy on blast. We talked about his pundit background. We talk about his website. We talk about the things we were not even supposed to talk about, but we got to learn. We got to learn about him and his business. His website's up there. People are going to go. Whilst we are on here, someone texted me they need a website. That's what it's all about. We also learn about Shivan, he and his brother, the backings of it, how he got into the music industry. So our culture is not just about business, it's also about entertainment. So we try to put it together like this. The next thing is we're actually looking to get some cricket reference coming on here. Cricket is a huge part of our culture, so we're in talks with people just to have them come on for a couple of minutes, talk about what's going on right now, just to keep people lively, keep people interested. Nobody wants to come on here for an hour and just hear people jibber jabber. They want to take away information. But yeah, slowly but surely. Oh man, I gotta put this up. Ryan Jeffries, Mr. DJ Fest himself. Oh man, this guy is super funny. Yes, sir. Just like you, brother. Just like you. Two old heads. Cool. All right. So we got 5 minutes left. I'm gonna fall back. I'll let you guys have 2 minute 50 a piece and go for it. Half and half. Go ahead. Anything.
Siobhan first.
Go, Siobhan. You're in the hot seat.
So, were you going to ask me a question?
Actually, why don't you take this opportunity to talk about, your upcoming projects and shows you have? I did see you at the Pagua Parade. You were out there killing it. Tell us about that community events and any shows you got coming up. Any new music that we can look forward to?
I have a song coming out soon. If we could, I know I sent something over to Trevor. Maybe we could give the people a little taste of what's going on. But, Sanjay Maharaj, big up Sanjay Booby. Today is actually his birthday. So if you're watching Booby, happy birthday. He actually put me on his float for Pagua. Then he was able to get me on the main stage at the Pagua Parade. And then I had a performance at his club, not his club, Toxic, yeah. Toxic is, code as well.
Outside like grass.
That's the, so you know what? Instead of me talking, Trevor, why you don't give the people a little taste of what is coming in the next 2 weeks?
All right.
I'm going to start doing some stuff.
It's just the first part. Just the first part.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a world premiere.
Nobody's heard this before. Eh?
Yeah, this is the first time. You heard it here first.
Outside like grass. Nani have a lawyer, Nana Gabi Villa. Fire in the chula, she's a roll, Nana roll. Nana start to roll, Nani lose control. Nana break a sweat, Nani out of breath. Nana buy a bill, not to bill a Nani lawyer. Nana buy a bill, not to bill a Nani lawyer.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen.
We tell Fest you gotta drop some Fest. Pull up.
Watch, DJ Fest is gonna text me, Trev, send me that song.
Fest not released yet. I think about sending it to you, bro. Hear what? Trevor, why don't we organize the first release with Fest?
Let's do it. DJ Fest, you still on the check-in? You hear that? We're gonna do the release with you, brother.
He said this
Fantastic.
Friday. You know what? Let's make it happen this Friday. This Friday is Temple Sudarshan. You see, Fessy will get me in trouble, bro.
I think he answered. Bang, bang. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, definitely. Let's make it happen. All right. So you're up.
All right. I mean, I started this project with the website stuff, but I also like going down the education route. I think in our community in the West Indian world, we see things on the news. We see things, words that people, put their own meanings to, like inflation or unemployment and these types of things. So currently, the next project that I have is developing a place of learning where people has the ability to kind of learn what those words really mean instead of being, bombarded by politicians. And this is something that's very important. I think if we learn the terms going forward, we can help a lot of people who were probably going more backward in our community. So that's the next project for me, and I think we're gonna have. I'm definitely gonna call Trevor on this one to help me get this message out there. A learning platform. So it's gonna be not a one-on-one tutoring, but for those who need it, I am available. This is gonna be a platform for everyone.
Right.
No matter whether you're from Guyana, Trinidad, wherever, it's a place where you can learn what these words mean without getting this unfiltered material from media. So I think that's the next route. That's the next go. And pretty soon I'm going to be launching my own personal website, displaying all these projects from sociological perspective to psychological perspective, economic ones, and pretty much all that going forward.
Awesome. Well said, man. You have my full support. Anything you need, I'm just a phone call away. I'll be more than happy to, contribute in whatever capacity. And both of you guys are going to get a complimentary business listing on the CARICOM Business Network, so people can reach out to you. You'll have your website, social media, phone number, all that fun stuff, so they can connect with you guys. Compliments to the CARICOM Business Network. With that being said, gentlemen, I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to spend an hour with me. I really do appreciate it. Come back anytime. And like you said, Shivan, let's go ahead and get DJFS and do the release. Use that. Let's use the platform for more of that. Go ahead.
Did you see Fess's last few comments there?
Let me see. This Friday,
Just
release with
before we
me.
go on comedic relief.
Yeah, let's go for it. So DJ Fest, you have to come through me. I'm gonna set it up and everything. I'm his agent now. But yeah, you see,
right now, Trevor.
You see what happens when we work together, man. It's fun, but it's also, his network, my network, your network. We can be unstoppable. We just have to work together,
We need like-minded people that have a love and not.
Yes.
It's not about me. It's about we.
Correct. Teamwork, brother. Teamwork.
Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work. Yes.
That's it, man. Well, thank you guys. I'll let you guys have the final say.
Thank you guys very much for having me. Thank you, Trevor. Thank you, Island. What was the name of the radio station again? I'm sorry.
Island Zone.
Island Zone. I was right the first time. I just didn't want to say a wrong radio station. But thank you to Island Zone. Thank you to you, Trevor Danpaul. It was amazing, and the conversation just flowed. It wasn't scripted. It was
correct.
I appreciate you, and God bless you, man, for doing this.
Thank you.
The platform, everything like that. I appreciate you.
You too, brother.
Yeah. I was gonna say just say what he said, but I think you guys are doing a great job with this radio station, and you're doing a great job with your media that you're running very efficiently by yourself. And that I know that it's a lot to handle all these different things going on at the same time. I don't know if your hands were shaking during setting it up, but if I were you, I think my hands would be shaking too. I'd be nervous. I don't want to mess anything up.
Yeah,
and,
exactly. Yeah, we did. It's always nerve-wracking. No worries, man. I appreciate it. Before we go, let me just give a quick shout out to Mr. Lake Prasad. His show airs every Sunday from 1 to 3. You can see DJ Fest on the network on Friday evenings. We're adding more people, but you know what I'm saying? With that being said, guys, if anyone else want to join the network, feel free to, reach out and let's get it going. The more, the merrier. Cool. Well, thank you guys for spending the hour with me and these two wonderful gentlemen, these two brothers here. Appreciate it. With that being said, have a great evening and a great rest of the week. Take care.